What's up? What's up? What's up? So, discipline, motivation. Motivation, discipline. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Let's talk about this motivation and discipline. I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes. Made lots of mistakes.
So I am headed to the gym. I am running late. I'm trying to get there right when the doors open because it is the beginning of the year and there is one particular machine that I definitely need to use, and I want to be the first person there. So if your New Year resolution was to get back into training, I'm here to cheer you on. Training, lifting weights, doing your cardio is an awesome way to start the new year. If you are a regular and you are feeling a little bit annoyed about the crowds, well, fortunately for you and unfortunately for a lot of the newbies, it will only last for a few more weeks. So just be patient. Also, be patient with the new people. You know, those of us that work out on a regular basis, we were once new to the gym and didn't know what we were doing either. So just show some grace to the new folks, encourage them. Don't go up there and offer them advice, but don't give them the stink eye because they are using your machine. And you know what I mean by your machine, because that is why I am rushing to the gym now so that I can get on my machine. Anyway, I will come back later, and I don't know, I have a couple of things that we will discuss. At the beginning of the video, you'll know what we'll be discussing. I have two topics that I want to hit on, but I'm only going to hit on one. So you will know the topic by the time you get to this portion of the video. I hope everyone has a great day. It is Saturday, so for those of you, anyway, have an awesome day. So I would take you guys in the gym with me, but this workout, you've seen this workout before, so there's no need to bring you guys in today. One of the things that helps you to achieve your goal, especially when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to lifting weights, is to stick to a routine for at least 8 weeks. You know, when you're switching things up, you're not really learning the proper technique and you're not really getting the full benefit of your training. So I'm not going to take you guys in there because I recorded this training session before. So I'll be back.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes. Taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great. Popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. man, I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
All right, guys, so I had a very good workout. I am gonna post some clips of me training my core. I only did two. Yeah, I only did two exercises. So, but someone was on my machine when I walked into the gym, and I got here at 7 o'clock, right when the gym opened, and I was so upset, but I can't be upset because I don't own the machine. But yeah, I want everyone to, get into their fitness routine and stick with it. But I also want to come on a Saturday morning and it not be so crowded. And I know I can't have it both ways. So, oh well, that is life, right? What's up, everyone? So today I'm going to share the secret to how I maintain a 50-pound weight loss when in actuality, basically 30 to 35-pound weight loss, because I did compete in a bodybuilding bikini show and I lost 50 pounds to compete, but I put back on some weight to be healthier because the bodybuilding bikini competition body is not a healthy body. So I'm going to share my secret. And the secret really is not a secret, but it is something that a lot of us struggle with when it comes to weight loss. And that secret is being disciplined. Yes, being disciplined. We're no longer relying on motivation to help us maintain a healthy lifestyle, to lose weight, and to keep the weight off. Motivation is basically based on emotion. You know, are we motivated to go to work every single day? For those of you that have children, are you motivated every day to take your kids to their extracurricular activities? What else do we not rely on motivation for? We do not rely on motivation to pay our bills, do we? No, we do not. What we rely on is discipline. And when it comes to making a lifestyle change, discipline it really is harder to maintain because we're adults and we have adult responsibilities. You have your job, you have your kids, you have bills. And a lot of times those things can take priority over going to the gym or going for a walk or, meal prepping. So in that case, discipline really, really plays a pivotal part in our healthy lifestyle. So, like I said, motivation is based on emotion, how we feel, basically, what is going on at that particular time. Motivation is also fleeting, we see someone whose body we admire and we're motivated to go to the gym to eat healthier, but then the next day, well, what happens when you have to go to work, when you have to be to work at 7:30, but you have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to deal with the rush hour traffic, and you don't get home until an hour after leaving work and dealing with the rush hour traffic. That motivation is out the window. So that's why being disciplined in this lifestyle is so important. With discipline, it is a habit, it is a schedule, and it is non negotiable. So when you have dealt with the traffic for an hour, instead of going home, you go to the gym because it is a non negotiable. That is discipline. Discipline is doing it when you don't feel like doing it. There are, since I started back working in an office, there are so many days that I really don't want to go to the gym. But it is a habit now. And it does take time to build a habit. I think people say it takes about 30 days to build a habit. Um, but even after those 30 days, you could fall off the bandwagon for any number of reasons. And unless it is a health issue, really, and I want to just say, well, a health issue and, you know, family responsibilities, because some of us have to take care of, elderly parents. In my case, a grandparent, and of course, your kids. So there are times when that you may not be able to do what you want to do, but after that situation has cleared up or whatever, then you have to get back on the bandwagon, and you have to remind yourself that this is something that you want to do for the rest of your life. And because you're doing it for the rest of your life, because it's not temporary, because we're not relying on teas, we're not relying on the MLMs, the beach bodies, the Herbalives, we have to, as much as you may not want to, and I am the first to admit, I do not like to meal prep, especially after 5 years of working from home. I I despise meal prepping, but I do it because I know that I do not want to go back to where I was in 2020 with super high blood pressure and an A1C that was borderline diabetes. So, what does discipline looks like when we're trying to live a healthier lifestyle and lose extra weight? I've already mentioned some of those things. Uh, Meal prepping when you don't feel like it, walking when it is boring as heck, tracking your food. Let me tell you about tracking your food. Once, like I said in a previous video, once you get your core foods into the app, it will become easy peasy. But after a while, I do find myself not lately, and I think it's just everything that has been going on. Like 2025 was just a mess. 2024, I moved from Maryland back to Florida. 2023, my mom died. So, and last year, it was just all of that. But I did not rely on motivation to maintain my healthy lifestyle. By the time all of this had happened, I guess it definitely had become a habit for me because I had been doing it for so long. But also because I have been doing it for so long, it is boring. It is tedious. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like tracking it. I already mentioned I don't feel like meal prepping. And since going back into the office and dealing with that traffic, I have changed my gym routine a few times, and I'm about to change it again because I do not like showering at a gym. I'd rather shower at home. So I'm going to try something new. I'm already going to the gym Saturday and Sunday. Um, so I'm going to try the gym, and this is the worst time to do this, but I'm going to try going to the gym 2 days during the week after work. I'm going to try that again. It'll just be 2 days instead of 4 days, since now I'm going to the gym Saturday and Sunday. We will see. But that is what discipline looks like. Discipline looks like trying different things to see what works and not giving up. If I was relying on motivation, I would have stopped going to the gym that second week of October, because I was going to the gym before work. I was getting up at 4 in the morning, getting to the gym around a little bit after 5 in the morning, working out, and then going to work. So if I was solely relying on motivation, that would I would have stopped going to the gym, like I said, in October. So that's the difference between relying on motivation and relying on discipline. With discipline, you do it even when you don't want to, and you try to find a way to make it work until you find, that routine that works for you. Now, a lot of you have tried different programs. I mentioned a few of them, a couple of them, the Beachbody, the MLMs. And the reason why I harp on the teas, because those things are not cleanses. Those are laxatives. Teas are laxatives, and you really should not be taking a laxative. And I'm gonna have to talk about that, because I hate the teas. I hate this thing about cleansing. Like, no, the body cleanses itself. When you eat properly, when you hydrate yourself, when you pee and your pee is clear, when you poop every day, that is cleansing the body. Anyway, so you've all tried some of you have tried a whole bunch of stuff, and it didn't work. Not only because you were relying on motivation, but because what you were doing was unsustainable. And so where discipline comes in is that you know that what you're doing now is going to sustain you until your last days on this earth. Discipline is looking at a problem and not trying to resolve it in the short term, but trying to resolve it for the long term. So when you're not dieting, dieting relies on motivation. Changing your lifestyle relies on discipline. So as you embark on your new lifestyle, your new journey in losing weight, keep in mind that what you're doing for the rest of your life, because you are embarking on something that is going to be sustainable. I think once that soaks in, that you are, what you're doing to lose weight, to live a healthier lifestyle, is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, the discipline part of the equation will be so much easier. It's still going to be hard, but it'll be a lot easier than just relying on the motivation. The whole discipline thing relates to everything in life, okay? Because I was not motivated to do a video this week. But it is the discipline. I was disciplined enough to do this video. And I think I'm going to change my schedule in how on the days that I record my videos, because I know y'all are tired of me talking about work and in the office. But that is a big chunk of our lives. Those of us that have to deal with the rush hour traffic. It is, anyway, I'm getting way off subject, but I'm ready to retire because I'm sick of this. But Discipline it's in everything that we do in life. Like I mentioned in the beginning, look, I am not motivated to go to work Monday through Friday. I am not motivated to pay my bills. I am not motivated to go to the grocery store. I am not motivated, especially now, to pay my taxes. Those of you that are Americans, you know. I am not motivated to do a lot of things. But I know what the consequences are if I don't do those things. Therefore, I am disciplined in doing those things. Now, you cannot pay your bills, and then what will happen? You know what? I just had a little epiphany. So, bills and weight loss. When you don't pay your bills on time, you get charged a late fee. So now you're paying more than what the bill was actually, the amount of the actual bill. Same thing with weight loss. If you're just relying on motivation and you're not doing what you're supposed to do because motivation is fleeting, then guess what? You're going to have to work harder to get back on track and to reach your goal. So, discipline, motivation. Which one are you going to rely on?
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stop.